I swear on everything. What happened that night still keeps me awake. It was around 3:12 in the morning. Cold November night. Chicago was dead quiet, outside except for the rain, hitting the windows. My wife was out of town, visiting her parents. So it was just me and my 6-month-old daughter, Emma, alone in our apartment. And at first, everything felt completely normal. I fed her, rocked her to sleep, laid her gently in her crib, kissed her forehead, and turned on the baby monitor. Then I went back to the living room, threw on some late-night TV, and just tried to relax. That's when it happened. The baby monitor suddenly crackled. I looked over for a second, but didn't think much of it. Probably interference. Old apartment buildings always had weird signals. But then a voice came through, low, slow, right into the speaker. She's awake. Bro, I froze, like full body froze. Because that voice, it wasn't mine, and it sure as hell wasn't my wife's. I grabbed the monitor and turned the volume all the way up. Nothing, dead silence. I tried laughing it off. People online always talk about baby monitors catching random frequencies, right? So I told myself to calm down. Big mistake. Then suddenly, Emma started screaming. Not normal crying. No. This sounded different. Like absolute terror. I jumped off the couch and sprinted toward her room. But halfway down the hallway, the monitor crackled one more time. Then the same voice whispered, "Don't go in there." I stopped dead in my tracks. Every hair on my arm stood up. Something felt wrong, like really wrong. The apartment suddenly felt too quiet. No TV noise, no cars outside, nothing, just silence. Then I noticed something that made my stomach sink. Emma's bedroom door was cracked open, and I know I closed it earlier. I pushed the door open slowly. Emma was standing in her crib crying hysterically. The room looked empty. At first, I picked her up, trying to calm her down. That's when I smelled it. Wet dirt, like mud after heavy rain. Inside the apartment, I looked down and saw muddy footprints across the carpet. Big footprints, adult-sized, leading from the window, straight to Emma's crib. Dude, my heart dropped. I grabbed my phone and called 911 immediately. My hands were shaking, so bad I almost dropped it while waiting for police. I locked myself and Emma inside the bathroom. The dispatcher kept asking, "Sir, do you believe someone is still inside your apartment?" I told her I didn't know, and honestly, that scared me even more. Then suddenly, through the monitor sitting next to me, I heard breathing, slow, heavy breathing. And then the voice whispered, "He knows now." I almost threw the monitor across the room. No joke. I was shaking so hard, I could barely breathe. 5 minutes later, cops finally showed up and searched the entire apartment. Nothing. No broken locks. No stolen stuff. Nothing. Then one officer crouched beside Emma's crib and pulled out a black backpack. Inside was bottled water, protein bars, a flashlight, phone chargers, stuff somebody would carry if they were living somewhere. The cops checked hallway, security cameras afterward. Nobody entered the apartment. Nobody left. Then one officer looked at me and said something I'll never forget. "You sure this place doesn't have attic access?" I told him. "No, this apartment doesn't even have an attic." Then he slowly pointed up at the ceiling. Right above Emma's room was a tiny attic door, slightly open. The officers pulled it down and searched inside. And what they found still makes me sick. Blankets, food wrappers, empty water bottles, and headphones connected to a baby monitor receiver. Somebody had been living above my daughter's room, watching us, listening to us for days, maybe weeks. But here's the part that destroys me. They never found the guy. No fingerprints, no DNA, nothing. We moved out 2 days later, and for a while, I thought it was finally over, until 3 months later. A package showed up at our new house. No return address. Inside was Emma's missing pacifier, the same one that disappeared that night. And taped to it was a handwritten note. She likes it when you sing to her.